the history of the library, and if Bernice knows, we could video her in there while she's working, maybe, if she could talk. But if you guys want to talk about it a little bit, first maybe introduce yourselves, tell what you do at the library, and then go into a little bit of the history.
Okay. So I'm Glenda Fredriaki. I'm the education director. Basically, we oversee 3 major areas, which include the public library, language, our language program, and student services. So pretty much we integrate that into all of our library programming. As far as the history of the library, I believe it was initiated around like 12 years ago, something like that. And then I think around, and again, Bernice is more familiar with it, I want to say like 6 years ago, we attained the full library, public library status. So part of what we do is on a daily basis we have an after-school program, and so today is Powaki School's early release day for their elementary, and again we integrate everything. So right now we're getting ready for our Christmas program. Normally we try to have Tewa language classes for them on their early release days, but you know, we've had ups and downs with our Tewa instructors and retaining them. So otherwise we do like daily after school homework and recreation stuff. Obviously the kids love using the computers and, you know, using the resources like you know, the DVDs. I don't know.
Well, I'm Aaliyah Gonzalez. I'm the librarian, and I'm also a tutor here. I've only been here for about 2.5 years now. So, but that's working with the library. I worked with the education department almost every year since I turned 13. So I'm pretty familiar with the education department, just not, you know, like the history of the library since I'm fairly new. Like Linda said, you know, the kids come here for their after-school program, and even during their breaks, we have programs that we do with them. So, like, you know, we have a week that the kids come here, and we try to have things for them to do, whether it's, you know, learning about college and career that Glenda's really pushing on the kids, or the Tewa, or we have cooking demonstrations for them. So we're pretty much we do everything here, not just, you know, library programs. We do a lot of stuff. So.
And what are some of the other ones? Like, I think that's one of the things we're kind of interested in is what rural libraries do beyond what traditional libraries do. Like, so the cooking is, you know, that's really different. That's really interesting, and I think that's real helpful to know as far as for promoting the endowment.
Again, so it's kind of year-round. We have them out of school time. So we even have them in the summertime, right? We have a summer program, and which is like 4 days a week. We do all kinds of stuff. Like, again, we're heavy on the language and culture activities. So like dances and songs, and just even like cultural activities. Like we do like sewing. We've done pottery in the past. These are some of the examples of what the kids have done. You know, like jewelry making, and even like weaving type stuff. Let's see, what else do we do?
And you have studio space in the library where
right,
you can do
yeah,
that?
yeah, exactly. And we can take a walk around if you want to. But otherwise, you know, even promoting it for like, you know, early childhood, that type of stuff, getting with especially music, you know, musical instruments and stuff like that. So we're starting to build upon that, you know, lots of college and career stuff, integrated into all of the programming. What else? Yeah, obviously like cooking. Yes. Cooking is part of cultural and tradition, so we usually do like different types of cultural foods, traditional foods, you know, like vegetables. Again, tamale making we're doing today. done different types of stews, traditional bread and cookies and pies. What else?
We like our, I guess like our sweet pudding that we make here.
Right. And then we do some of like the traditional library programming type stuff, like the reading challenges and what else? Like arts and crafts stuff to get the kids in.
And then like every month we kind of try to have like the literacy night where we, I'll read to the kids, and we have 2 library aides, Haley and Jardine, and they usually do arts and crafts project with them, and then Bernice usually is in here doing cookies or cupcakes or whatever. It like just kind of, we try to stick to the theme of the books or like the certain holidays, but the kids really enjoy those because they kind of like they get to get read to, and they don't get that a lot, especially the older ones.
Yeah, then we're always also partnering with the state library, to borrow their trunks and stuff like that for, the different type of subject areas that they try to promote as well too, where we like to bring in a lot of speakers, mostly like storytellers or, Pueblo elders, either to do the cooking demonstrations or just to do like storytelling with the youth. But we're hoping with the endowment that that really helps, especially with staffing, because we have built a large number of participants from our after school program to our youth council, and just everybody else in between, adults as well too. So it's a highly used facility, and right now we only have 4 permanent staff, which include, again, myself, Aaliyah as the librarian, our Sean as our Tewa instructor, and Bernice really handles student services. So just even handling the kids on a daily basis is a handful. To help supervise them, because also what we plan into the programming is obviously recreation time. Kids need time to play as well too, so also integrating that.
Yeah, that's fantastic. You covered what you do with the endowment. Do you have any particular stories about a particular interaction with a kid or a patron or something like that you would like to share? How you helped someone, or how some kid was inspired, or something funny, or just anything like that? Because that's always nice to show on videos when you give it kind of a personal thing like that. If anything comes to mind.
There's a little girl, her name's Jasmine. She's a 5th grader, and the kids all, when they come here, they all go to rent to the computers, try to get them all, because we have 12 computers, and so it's kind of like a first come first serve. And not Jasmine, she loves to read, and it's kind of like heartwarming because like a lot of the kids don't like to, and we kind of like have to bribe them to read. But not her. She goes and she picks out books, even like books that that are way above her age level, and we try not to say like, no, you can't read that because it's not your age level, because it just discourages them to read. But she reads anything from like the young books like Dr. Seuss all the way up to like learning about Mars, or like how to build a store, stuff like that. She loves to read, and it's just like, I love watching her because like the faces that she makes when she's reading, it's like, oh my god, I never knew that before. And like she'll come and she'll tell me like, did you know this? And I'm like, oh no, I didn't. Like, thank you for telling that to me. And just, she was a shy little girl when she first started with us, because I remember I was working for the summer program, and she would not like to open up to anybody, but now she's talking to everybody knows her, and she's always there to put a smile on someone's face. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, and I think just in general, you know, the more we are consistent with our programming and building stuff up, that it really is a home away from home for a lot of the kids and for the community. You know, we have this living room space, you know, where people just, you know, feel free to come in, and again, you know, entertainment and, you know, just being surrounded by community, I think, is really impactful for the kids. And again, you know, more and more they're more comfortable and want to be here, don't even want to leave, you know, when their parents come for them.
And it's nice to see like new community members come in and, you know, just read the paper or like sit at the table and read the magazine or even just like talk to you. And it's surprising though, because they're like, oh my god, this building has been here for a long time, and they're like, I've never been in here before, like this is the first time I'm in here. Even workers, the administration, they're like, I've never been, you know, past Glenda's office, like, you know, I'm gonna come here more often. And it's just kind of like nice.
Yeah, not only that, but I think especially with our older youth, it's refreshing to see them, you know, organize themselves as they, you know, gather here and, you know, are really motivated to provide, you know, their own opportunities to the community. Like right now, they're doing like a clothing drive. They're doing like a basketball tournament. They're doing holiday bazaar. They just finished doing. And so I think that the library helps facilitate that, you know, among the youth to be their own leaders.
Well, you guys do a lot. That's so great. It's really great. It's really inspiring.
We're non-stop down here.
Yeah, again, we're like, you know, a small staff, but it's a lot of teamwork working together to, you know, fill in the gaps or, you know, just work with each other's strengths. So, you know, it's about community. I think, you know, right here we're one of the few departments that is fully staffed by our own tribal members. So.
Well, I think that's fantastic. Yeah, that's really great. Thank you so much. And thanks for all the wonderful work you're doing here in this library.
Yeah, it's a small library, a small collection, but, you know, the one thing that we also struggle with is connectivity. You know, that is a huge issue for us. We, you know, don't have fiber optics right now, so, you know, we're really trying to troubleshoot, you know, technology because we want to build, especially electronic resources now that, you know, everything's going online and, you know, these kids are connected to digital devices. So really building our capabilities as far as, you know, an internal network and a server to back up, you know, our growing collection of, you know, electronic resources, especially stuff like audio recordings, so that it can help impact, you know, the language loss, historical photos, so, you know, we preserve that, and even building upon stuff like, you know, software for like a family tree, so that our own kids can trace back their ancestry here at the Pueblo. So, you know, it's building our capabilities to be able to do that, you know, with the software, with the hardware, because like Leah said, you know, we're still building on our computers. We, you know, only have 12, you know, 3 laptops and stuff like that. So the endowment would also, you know, help us to do that as well.
Yeah, part of the endowment is to get some support for rural libraries at the state library. And one of the things they're talking about is they really need a tech person to go out to the rural towns, because the bigger libraries have their own tech people on staff.
Right.
So having an IT person that can go to the rural libraries would be really beneficial, I think.
Yes, that would be great. And again, even, you know, just to provide the service, you know, internet service is expensive, and so, you know, and this is really the one place that has the free internet service, the Wi-Fi here in the community, and so, you know, it's vital to especially our students, because their homework is going more online with Google Classrooms and Google Docs, and even that accessibility for people seeking their degrees and online resources. So know what else to say.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So I'm just curious because they brought it up we visited Puake before we came here, and they brought it up and they didn't know if you guys